Hello everyone, this is Phenix Animator.
Hi, I'm Froggy Lubby. Welcome back to Skyblock Infinity. I know, I almost did it.
I almost did what? I don't know what
nothing.
you're talking about.
We're not going to confess that. Let's move along. We're on episode 41, right?
43?
43. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'd rather screw up that way than the other way. Okay. This is a mess. I hate this, okay? It's just, whenever I made it, I hated it.
Yeah.
Alright? So I am going to get rid of this MV wire connectors and all, and shrink up this pipe system here that is cool, that all these saplings are, flowing through, but still. Let's make a tesseract and something we haven't made yet, and that is a resonant energy cell.
Okay.
And then we can just pop a resonant energy cell onto a tesseract and have the power coming from the resonant energy cell,
which you could replace that connector with.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go do that. I made tesseract frame before that we could call up and ask for, let me pull it up, that we could ask for a tesseract frame.
Right.
It's empty, but then we would have to finish it up. We'd have to fill it up, and then we'd have to make the actual frame, the actual tesseract part. And in here, you can see we have all the parts now. The empty tesseract frame, then the full frame, and then we can call for an actual tesseract. And how that is happening is I made one because you have to make it so that you could, in the crafting logistics pipe right here, I put on top of the fluid transposer. You have to make a tesseract frame, fill it up, then you put the empty tesseract frame in the inputs, then you put the full tesseract frame in the output, and that will allow the system to understand that, oh, you're wanting me to put an empty one into the fluid transposer here, and by doing that you'll get the full one. And let me actually show that by actually asking for one. So tesseract one, please, request one. So it pulled the frame that was full already. Yeah, so that means it's not going to do it. It already pulled, because we had one that was full already. Yeah, that didn't work, did it? Because I sat here and watched it come in and fill up, and then it pulled it back out. It does work, but I guess I could do that again, because we'll need a tesseract again, won't we? So that I can actually show it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me request that again. There we go. My other one should be there. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so now if I look in here, there we go. The empty one that came in, it's filling up now. So let's give it a minute. There we go, and look, it popped right out. Cool. And of course, since it popped right out, it's on its way it's still on its way to give it to me into my ender pouch, which should be popping into my ender pouch any moment now after it goes through all of its line, which is the reason why I did diamond pipes, because if you can imagine, if this had been cobblestone pipes, all that talking it took for this to get to me, and that's with diamond pipes, which makes things go faster.
Diamond pipes?
Gold pipes. Why did I say diamond pipes? Oh God, I swear. I need to learn how to talk. Jeez. Sheesh. Okay, so the whole point of that is making the resonant energy cell. So let's make a resonant energy cell. Okay. A resonant energy cell needs a resonant energy cell frame that is full. So let's find out how to get an empty one. To get an empty one, we need Enderium ingots, we need fused quartz, the aluminum, the hardened glass, or the yeah, there's another one. I don't know, but I use hardened glass because it's the easiest one to make. And then an emerald. So let's make that frame. Okay. Now you need to take that frame, and I actually just popped in the redstone here. I put 40 pieces of redstone in there so that it would make, because it makes 100, redstone makes 100 millibuckets per redstone dust. So I put 40 pieces of dust in to get the 4,000 millibuckets that I need. And there we go. Now we have a full frame. So, one last step. For the energy cell, we need 2 emerald electron tubes. Electron tubes are in the thermal fabricator. 5 emeralds, 2 redstone will get you 4 emerald electron tubes. We also need the octadic and we've been over all of this. We've done all of this. So vibrant alloy, which is your energetic alloy, which is your energetic alloy with ender pearl. Get your vibrant alloy. Your energetic alloy is your gold, redstone, and glowstone. Smelting in some way, either alloy smelter or yeah, no, that has to be the alloy smelter, doesn't it, really? As far as what we have, because we don't have an arc furnace.
Nope. No arc furnace.
And then the blazing electron tube, there's again the energetic alloy you need. But the blazing electron tube is the blaze powder, the redstone in the thermionic fabricator, which again we've been over this because we've actually done all this stuff on camera.
Yep.
The ender electron is the end stone with the eye of ender, again in the thermionic fabricator. So let's make this puppy.
Okay.
Resonant energy cell. Yay! Alright, now it is not full, it's empty. So first thing we need to do is pop this puppy down. Oh man, we're losing power.
Yeah, we need something that's on the rather large side and
oh
possibly,
yeah. Let me help us out with that. Let me see. Okay, why am I not gaining power from the bottom? Okay, that's the left side, that's the right side. That's supposed to be the bottom. I hate these things because that's not the real bottom. Okay,
bottom's the bottom.
That's showing, but why isn't it? Oh well, gee, I have it on 0. Why? These used to have their things set automatically. I put a control rod up there. I made the other 2 Yellorium fuel rods.
That's wonderful.
So that's up there. I also have the system set up to do an automatic processing. Kind of looks funny right now because it doesn't have stuff. Alright, so big reactor. Big reactor. Yeah, reactor controller. To make a reactor controller, you need a redstone comp chipset. A redstone comp chipset is a redstone comparator, depending upon how you want to pronounce it, and redstone. To make that stone, nether quartz, I use nether quartz, redstone torches, which redstone torches is just redstone dust and a stick. And you put that through the assembly table, and there you go. Red pipe wire. You need red dye, redstone dust, and iron, and that will get you 8 of the red pipe wires. You also need a computer. A computer is simply a logic processor and an iron chipset. Iron chipset is iron ingot, redstone dust in an assembly table, and a logic processor. In the inscriber, you need a printed silicon, which means a inscriber silicon press with silicon getting you the printed silicon, and the printed logic using the inscriber logic press with a piece of gold, getting you the printed logic circuit, and then taking the printed logic circuit, the printed silicon, and a piece of redstone will get you your logic processor. And then you just place those two pieces and then just put the rest in iron. And
cool.
Let's do that. There we go. We got a computer. I swear that's the first computer I've made in this whole game. I don't think I've ever dealt with computer craft. Thank you for making me do that. Alrighty then. What am I doing? Controller. And big reactor casing. Reactor casing is just steel ingots, electrical steel ingots, graphite bar, and yellorium bars. And we already have those, so we don't need to make those. Alright, so reactor controller. Now, we also need a reactor power tap. We need to tap into this. And there you go, I needed another tesseract and another resonant energy cell. I need to set that up.
There you go.
MFE. Okay, MFE takes the insulated gold cable, which we've already been over, energy crystal, which we've already been over, basic machine frame, which we've already been over. We've already done all of this. So let's just make that. Okay, you're not going to let me just make that.
Nope.
Because these crystals are not stackable. Okay, so we'll put those in there. Basic machine frame, and now I forgot the rest of the recipe. Power tap. Gold. There we go. Gold. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Now we'll put this ME here in the center and put, even though my little image is still there, it'll create this power tap. So now we have the reactor powered tap. The other thing that is essential to make a big reactor is your reactor access port. Now I want 2 of these, and that's just a chest, a piston, and a reactor casing. Those are easy. That hasn't been messed with. And I want 2 of those, so I'm making 2. Alright, so let's move this stuff down here on the hotbar. We'll put this stuff in. And so let's see. This is going to be a port here. That's why this is set up. And this is going to be a port here. That's why that's set up there. And we're going to put the controller here, I think. And we're going to put the power tap over here. There we go. Now what do we need? We have holes here. What do we need? We need, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, right? So we need 8. Let's get over here to the bench. We're going to make reactor glass. So to make a reactor glass, you need hardened glass, is the one I'm using. And reactor casing, hardened glass again, because it's easier. So we need 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. So I'm only making what I need. There we go.
Good choice.
So, place that there, and that there. And that one there, and that one there. And this one here, and this one here. And this one here, and this one here. And voila, look at there. Our reactor is actually working.
Yay!
Now to put it online, I'm not going to turn it on yet, because if you'll look here, the yellorium is starting to come in already, because I've got it set up to bring it in. I've also got a filter here that says prevent oversending.
That's good.
I don't know.
We don't want it oversending.
Yeah, we don't want a stuffed up system here. And this access port here is going to be for my waste. So when it makes the waste, is it plutonium, or is that what you make?
Cyanide.
It's cyanide, and then you make plutonium.
Yep.
So it'll come out here, it'll go into this chest, it'll go through here, and we'll make a cyanide processor and put right here. But we don't have to do that right away. So that's why I've got this set up so that I'm ready for it, but we don't have to do it yet. So let's borrow Steve's cart. Well, we don't have to, because it's right. I have to. So we've got a tesseract. Let me go down here and get this resonant energy cell. We'll need to make another one of those. Okay, this is not full yet, so I think I want to wait to activate this, because I actually want this to be full when I put this on the... Well, no, because the big reactor can finish filling it up. So let's go ahead and activate this thing.
Hey.
Yeah. Alright, so we'll go ahead and take this. And we'll bring this down here. And if we attach, let's see, how should we do this? If we attach this being an energy, number one, and that actually should be touching the port, right?
No.
No, that should be, no, the
cell should be touching the port.
Energy cell should, yes, the resonant energy cell needs to be on the port. Okay, so that means would be the back one. This would be the back one. So it should be in for that, if that's correct, which half the time I don't understand why I have such a problem with the energy cell, you know, front, back, but it's like which, it doesn't show you which is the actual front of it, so it ends up being, no, that's not the one you're standing in front of, that's not the front of it, no, the front of it is over here on the left. It's crazy. Alright, so this is full, so let's go ahead and activate this thing. Let's activate the reactor.
It's gaining power!
So, the Elorium will just continue to flow into it as it needs it. And this is raising, so good, I did open it up correctly. Alright, now, the Tesseract should be able to receive from here. So we're not even connected to this system. Should we connect it? That's the question. Should we have two little systems going, or should we connect that? We could tie this to the logistics pipe, because the logistics pipe has to run constantly. And then we could let machines run from this capacitor bank stuff. What do you think?
You don't need to.
Don't need to what? By doing
you
this,
don't need to. I'm testing something. I'm emptying out this capacitor bank into there because I want to see if it will continue to run. I've got the Tesseract on the other side as send receive, which is the energy one.
Right.
So I want to see if it's going to receive the energy from this guy.
From that guy?
From that guy.
Oh, okay.
But I need that to get emptied before I can find out.
Okay, so we'll give it a minute then. Wait, we can't leave yet.
Why?
Where's my cow?
What cow?
Betsy. Look. Everything's gone.
Yes.
You took her!
Yep.
Did you please tell me you didn't cook her?
Nope.
No. Is she safe?
She's upstairs in the fence.
I seen you cooking up stuff.
I want to show you something real quick before we leave. Come on.
Oh.
I know, it's been a long episode.
Oh! Oh, good gosh. Holy... What in God's name have you done? Oh no! Don't tell me you made a mob farm.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. They drop into the...
Okay, it's safe. You can drop in the hole.
The smeltery.
You have your jetpack?
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
Come on up.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm coming in. This is hilarious. Oh my gosh, this is fabulous. Oh, and they all fall in there. Now you're doing this. Why?
I need the blood in the smeltery.
Okay.
Because I need to make the more sacrifice orbs. And to make a sacrificial orb, you need blood on top of a mana pearl. So I have the mana pearls over here, ready to go. But I need more blood in the system. And doing it individually, one by one, with the safari ball was tedious.
So you just, that is so cool. There you go. So now you'll get a bunch of them, and then it'll make your sacrificial orbs.
Yep.
How many do you need?
I I don't know. Somewhere in there. I think it's 8. I think I need 8 so that I can make the...
Just say I don't know.
I said I don't know. I don't know! I do know now. It's 8.
So you need 8 of them.
Yep.
Alrighty then. Oh, this is fabulous. That is just hilarious. I mean, that is just... Oh, yeah. That is hilarious. Conveyor belts. Yeah, they look different.
Yeah, they're immersive engineering conveyor belts. I wanted to try those instead. They seem to work.
Okay, because I'm like, I don't recognize these. That's so hilarious. Okay. Cobblestone. There it is. Thank you. Well, that was cool. That was hilarious. All right.
Yep, I liked it.
All right then. That's it then.
Yep.
I'm Froggy Lumpy.
And I'm Phenix Animator.
Thanks ever so much for watching, everybody. Have a great day.
Hope you enjoyed the episode. And if you have any suggestions, leave it in the comments below. Bye.
Bye.
So you liked it, huh?
That is fabulous.
And the nice thing is that I can have this spot right here. That one piece of glass where I can actually see in. Sort of. There's a bunch of stuff floating down there, but...